Of course now I fixed the brightness issues. Cool. Hello lovelies, welcome back to the channel. I am here today to do a get ready with me for this look in which I blended way too much eyeshadow and lipstick around my mouth and now I look insane. That's what we're doing today. I'm sorry that for a lot of this video it is very bright. I couldn't figure out what my camera was doing and just now I have fixed it apparently, so love that for me, but hopefully you'll still be able to see what I'm doing anyway and you'll certainly hear me rambling on, so if that's what you're here for, you're in luck. It is very cold, my nose is very cold and very sniffly. But yeah, let's get right on into the video. Okay, hello lovelies. Hopefully I remembered to record a proper intro when the makeup's done, otherwise this is off to a very sudden start. I don't know why, is that slightly more normal? It's very bright or something, I don't know why it's insisting on making me look like Voldemort, but it has been a long time since we have done a get ready with me, so that's what we're doing today. I'm sorry if you can hear any sort of like hum in the background. I've still got one of my space heaters on, because not that it does a whole lot, but I'm trying to make it slightly warmer in here, but I've turned off the ones that are like closer to where I'm sitting, so it's just the one across the room still. Should I turn it? I'm gonna turn it off just in case I watch this footage back and it's ruined everything. I don't really know where to start. I don't remember how to do this. Every weird little noise I hear in this place has me like, did I lock the door? I actually had a really horrible nightmare one of the first times I slept here, you know, after everything. Hold on, let me figure out what I'm doing with my makeup, and then I will do nightmare story time. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to do like a pink and green kind of thing. Don't know why, that's just the vibes I'm feeling. This has been recording for 8 minutes and I've done nothing. Okay, so in my studio, I have like a security camera and it's sort of like in not the room that I sleep in, but this needs to, I say my studio's kind of one big room, but it's also sort of divided into two. There's like video tours of it on my channel if you haven't seen them and you're curious. But yes, the security camera's in like the other room or whatever. And it has like night vision and stuff, and like on the night vision, you know, it's that kind of creepy thing with like, you know, where the eyes like look all scary and glowy and everything. So yeah, one of the first times that I was staying here after everything happened, it might have been the first time, because the night that everything happened, I came here initially and then ended up going to stay with a friend instead because I did, you know, things were bad that night and I did not want to be here by myself with all of that on my mind. So yeah, the first night I came here, but then I ended up staying with a friend. The second night I ended up spending the night alone in hospital. Super fun. So I think it was the third night maybe that I finally actually slept here. Oh, the hospital thing as well was the whole thing. Anyway, and I had, have you ever had one of those dreams where like in the dream you wake up? Why are these coming out two different colors when it is the exact same? Anyway, yeah, one of those dreams where like you wake up in the dream and you fully, like you genuinely believe that you've woken up, like it feels like you really have woken up. I had one of those. And so then in my have woken up part of this dream where I genuinely thought I was awake, I look at my phone and see that I have a bunch of like alerts from my security camera and I'm like, what the fuck? And so like I open it up and like, you know, watch the playback of like what set it off, and it was like a man had, like the door must not have been locked and a man had come in here while I was sleeping and I could see him on the security camera just like standing still staring at me while I was asleep with like the creepy night vision glowy eyes, just like really unsettling, just staring at me in my sleep. And like I said, at this point I thought I was awake. I thought this was real. Jesus fucking Christ, I woke up in such a panic. It was, oh, it just, even thinking about it now like makes my skin crawl. It was just really, really creepy. So yeah, that was horrible. Thankfully, it was not real, but good God. But yeah, the night that I had, the whole thing happened with the hospital, it fucking sucked. I think I was already unwell beforehand from a bunch of stuff. One of the things like I said, throughout all of this has been a bunch of stuff that I've not been able to talk about, and some of it's been like breakup related, some of it's been completely, entirely separate. Please stop being so bright. How do I, you know, as soon as possible I am going to find all of the stuff for my better camera setup and we'll start using that. But right now this is just the easier one to use and it's been a dickhead. Yeah, there's been a bunch of stuff I haven't been able to talk about. One thing I can finally tell you guys about, that was one of the non-breakup related things, so just before everything, it's hard like to sort of not to talk about stuff just because this is what my life has been for the past while. It's kind of hard to give you guys any sort of update without talking about these things. A little while before everything happened, I found out that my mum had to go in for surgery, and at that point she didn't want anyone else in the family to know. She only told me because she needed someone to like pick her up and like stay with her and stuff after it. So I was very scared about that. She was very scared and stressed about it. And then the whole breakup thing happened. And basically my mum didn't know about what had happened for quite a while because I didn't want, you know, she was already so stressed and scared about having to go in for surgery, and finding out basically if she had cancer was the thing. So that was all going on. She was already scared and stressed, and the last thing that I wanted to do was make her more scared and stressed about I forgot that I got my foot tattooed and I just scratched it. Sorry, I know I'm a very frustrating storyteller. The last thing I wanted to do was make her more scared and stressed about like my situation by telling her all of that, so I didn't. So I couldn't actually even talk to my mom about the whole thing, which, you know, wasn't good. Thankfully she is okay. She got through the surgery. There were complications after it, but everything seems to be okay now. So that is one of many things that I was dealing with, along with actually around the same time, right before all this went down. And I didn't find out until after I had my own health scare, where I was very, very, very worried that I had cancer, which isn't like me. I'm, you know, like if something goes wrong with me, I'm not like a hypochondriac. I tend to be more like, here's this concerning thing. I'm sure it's fine though. But with this, I actually was genuinely terrified. So yeah, I had all of that, and I had to go down, like, you know, to the doctor for that and everything. And I was messaging my friend about it at the time, and they were like, oh, is anyone there with you? And I was like, oh no, I'm just here by myself. And they were like, what the fuck, why didn't you say? Like, I would have went with you. And I was like, didn't occur to me that anyone would care enough to come with me. So I don't know, that almost made me cry. But yeah, so, and I'm okay. I didn't get the freaking results until like halfway through November there, so I was just stuck waiting for that bullshit. But I'm okay. I'm okay, mum's okay. As for the whole hospital thing, so I was unwell from stress between my mum, me, and the move. I was like really sick. I was like sick in bed when everything went down. So then, as you can imagine, all of that happening on top of all of that definitely ended up being a bit more than I could handle. And between like the stress and dehydration and a bunch of other things, I ended up just really, really sick that night, and like I'd wanted to go home, couldn't go, wasn't allowed to go home. And then I got really, really, really sick, and I phoned the out of hours doctor, and they made me go to the hospital, and I was stuck there by myself for like 12 hours, and it was a horrible experience. I could hear people like screaming down the hallways and stuff. And like I forgot how much I hated hospitals until I got there. It was awful. So yeah, that was all a bad couple of days, but as you can see, I am here. I am alive. I am trying to remember how to do makeup. So moving past all of that drama, I do actually want to address, just really quickly for anyone who hasn't seen it, elsewhere, or like on my YouTube stories or shorts or whatever, I last week got, I don't really know how to count them. I got a couple of tattoos and started seeing my personal trainer again, and because I got some snarky messages about it, I kind of just want to clear things up. The personal trainer is something that I paid for somewhere between May and July last year. I can't remember what month. I want to say June probably. But yeah, that was paid for back then, but then we had to cancel our sessions like over and over and over again because of a million different things. So that was something that was paid for a long time ago. The tattoos were all done by my friends, and they were Christmas presents, so just so you know, for that whole thing. Yeah, any money that I have gotten and any money that I do get right now through Patreon or through people like sending it to me and stuff, which, as I've said before, I'm so grateful for. Any of that I am saving right now, bar paying for my car payments and food and petrol, because ever since my first video back, I've been dealing with all of those. So those are the only things I pay for with that money. The rest is being saved so I can find somewhere to live. So yeah, don't worry, like the tattoos and things, those were Christmas presents. If you see me doing anything that costs any amount of money, assume it was either a Christmas thing, paid for a long time ago, or free. Like, okay, so just, yeah, I just wanted to clear that up so that no one's mad about something that I didn't even do. I feel like gel eyeliner just does not work in the cold. trying to figure out what I'm wanting to do here. I don't know what that noise is, but I don't like it. I really don't know what I'm doing, but we're just gonna hope that it works out. There we go. See, I set the camera up for when I'm sitting up like properly and talking, but then whenever I do my makeup, I'm like hunched over like a goblin, so I disappear out of frame. So we've got a very MySpace angle right now, but it's fine. It wasn't intentional, but I'm just realizing that this color combination is very Venus McFlytrap of Monster High. Yeah, on to some of the more pleasant things that happened last year when I was away from YouTube. I think I like stopped in early June. So then the first thing was probably went back to the Galgorm for my birthday, which is like a spa hotel thing. And that was lovely, and my friends Lee and Amber turned up to surprise me while I was there, so that was really cool. So we had a lot of fun just like messing around in the swimming pools and everything. And then I think it was actually on the drive down there, I had decided that I really wanted to learn to play an instrument that year. At the time I was thinking I wanted to play an instrument this year. So not super long after that, I started going to piano lessons, which I was really enjoying actually. It's one of those things where like, you can teach yourself, but I struggle to stay focused on things like that. It's the kind of thing that, you know, I'd get very into for a while, and then like my attention span would say no, and I knew having like the structure of actual lessons would help me, and it really was. I was really enjoying that, and so I had like my piano lessons and my personal training lessons at that point, and it was like really fun just sort of having those throughout the week. And then my driving lessons started, which was it 2 or 3 hours a day? It was either 2 hours or 3 hours a day, every single day for 2 weeks, which was a lot. And there were multiple times that I came home crying because it was so stressful. But I got through those and I passed first time, so it all worked out. Sorry, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but there were like footsteps coming down the hall towards my studio there, and like generally people don't really come down to this part of the building at night, so, but I think whoever it is gone. Oh dear, I feel like I'm gonna be sick. I am just a very jumpy person in general. Plus, like back in maybe like June or July, me and 2 of my friends were here. We were actually like sort of attacked. It was by younger ones, but that's almost worse. Like if anyone is from Belfast, when they're younger than you, they seem to be a lot ballsier. So no one got hurt, but they certainly seemed to want to try to, and like the police were involved and everything, so that was like a whole kerfuffle. So yeah, that happened in this building, so that's something that puts me on edge. And then there was one time, like I said, I have a security camera and I can see the window in my door from it, and like one time at like 3 o'clock in the morning I saw someone like turn up and like they were shining a flashlight and trying to like look through that window and stuff, and I don't know what that was. It was before I was living here, but that creeped me out as well. Didn't like so it's just like lots of little things that make me extra like plus just, you know, being a girl living alone in this sort of environment. What was I talking about? Piano. So yeah, I was really, like, I was going slow because I have no musical talent or coordination, but I was learning and I was really enjoying that. I also had to cancel my lessons when everything happened, just, you know, the cost and everything, which is a shame because it was super fun, but I would like to continue trying to teach myself at least, because I can't see lessons being an option anytime soon. As I say, my attention span might get in the way of that, but I want to try, but probably not until I'm like settled into somewhere, which I am still working on. I thought I had a good lead on somewhere there for a little while, and I was trying not to get my hopes up, but I absolutely did get my hopes up because that's what I do, and now it's looking like that's not going to pan out, and I am very sad. So, but I'm still trying for more places. It's just tough going at the minute. As I say, it took a year to find the house that I was last living in before leaving there, so I'm really hoping that's not the case with this, because I do not have a year of this nonsense in me. I just don't. I need to work out a better setup for recording this style of video while I'm still in this studio, because I feel like this is not the ideal way to do it, but it's just working for the moment. So, and as I say, I need to get it sorted so I can use my other camera and stuff. I just need to find all the little bits and pieces that go with that. Other than that, last year I started going out a lot more and seeing friends a lot more. I reconnected with quite a lot of people that I hadn't seen in quite a while last year, which was nice. Including one person that I had known way back whenever I was like 13 or 14, but like, you know, we weren't like close back then. We just knew each other from like the town days. Like everyone sort of like vaguely knew each other. We knew each other back then and had sort of like had each other on social media since, but like had never really spoken much. And we ended up randomly reconnecting. And now we've been hanging out a lot, which is really fun. It's my friend Carrie, and had a really fun picnic in the summer with Carrie, Grant, Lee, and Amber. And I made a cake, and it was a vanilla lavender cake, which sounds weird, and I think people were worried, but everyone claimed to like it. Either that or they were just protecting my feelings, but I thought it was tasty, and it looked ridiculous, but I was happy. I would kill to be back in the summer, having a nice little picnic with my friends under a nice big tree again, because that was delightful, and life right now is not delightful. I'm actually really glad to be recording tonight because it's a nice distraction, because I'm just back into being in a terrible mood. The past like 3 days I have just been like furious, just so angry at everyone and everything in my life basically. So just one of those sorts of moods. I feel like last year as well I had like a record number of graveyard visits with friends, which is a very specific niche thing that makes me very, very happy. I haven't done it in a while, and that makes me sad because I was actually having so much fun just going around and visiting cool little graveyards. I went to like a new one I'd never been to before that's like super, super old and pretty, and I love that. And got some pictures there in a pretty dress that I got from a brand called Blackwood Castle. I want to get more pictures because I got the same dress in 2 colors. I got it in black and in white because it's like inspired by Crimson Peak, so I wanted the white because it's, you know, more authentic, but I wanted the black because I would wear that more, so I ended up with both of them. And while we were taking the pictures, I was standing in my Victorian gown trying to pose all dramatic and spooky while our friend's taking pictures of me and had started playing Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush off of his phone, you know, for atmosphere. And I look up and there's a woman standing on her balcony in her dressing gown with a cup of tea watching us, and I was like, oh no, this is gonna end up on TikTok or something. If it did, I never saw it, but I never would have stopped laughing. And I think we moved to a different part of the graveyard, and I remember just lying on my back in my dress, staring up at the night sky and all the branches of the trees and everything, listening to Typo Negative, and I was like, because like we were getting pictures from above, they're all on my Instagram if you scroll down a bit. Yeah, and I remember just lying there and being like, this is it. I have achieved peak spooky. So that was a very fun night. And there was like a different day that a couple of us had went to a different graveyard, and we were kind of just going around the little town that graveyard's in looking for flowers so we could press some flowers, and that was lovely as well. Another time went to a different graveyard again, and me and my friend were looking for snail shells to do like this little crafty thing that we never got around to, but yeah, we spent the day in a graveyard hunting for snail shells, and I was just like, I'm so happy. This is such a weird thing to be doing. I'm so happy that I'm doing it. So things like that were all very nice. I feel like there's always a certain point in these where I go quiet because I just get so focused on what I'm doing I forget that I am supposed to be talking. Anytime I haven't used that lip plumping gloss for a while, it's always like way more like stingy. Like if I've been using it regularly for a while, I don't really notice it, but if I haven't in a while, then like I feel like it works better for one, and also you can like really feel that like tingly feeling. Hello? I wasn't sure if I wanted to do pink lips or black lips, but I think I'm gonna do like the smudgy pink lips. And if it goes badly, I can just cover them in black and no one has to know. I am going out tomorrow to meet a new friend, which I am excited about, but also stressed because I don't know what to wear because I don't have access to most of my clothes right now. So I have no idea what I plan on wearing, but cross that bridge when we come to it. That's so much worse. Oh no. I feel like I've smudged it out too far and have ended up looking like a Michael Hussar painting, which usually I wouldn't be mad at, but it wasn't quite what I was going for. I feel like my mouth just looks way too big. Oh no. Oh, and the camera battery's about to die, so I'll have to change that in a second. I might have to undo this and redo it. It looks okay in the mirror, sort of. I'm gonna change the camera battery, I'm gonna do the rest of the eyes, and I'm gonna see how it all looks together, but I'm thinking I'm just gonna have to take this off and try again. My nose is all cold. I so badly need to dye my hair. I haven't dyed it since like, I guess around October. I mean, I've got a headband on, you wouldn't be able to see anyway, but in the right light I can certainly see my roots, and it annoys me. Like, I am lucky that I have fairly dark hair anyway, but not dark enough. I can definitely still see a very distinct line of where my roots are, and it's been annoying me terribly. The lips look so stupid on camera. Ah. Maybe? Nope, still crazy looking? Okay. I don't like this eyelash glue. I don't know if this is different from like the one one I usually get from the same brand and I just haven't noticed or what, but or if they've just changed formula, but it feels like a lot stickier than I'm used to. Like, even when it's supposed to have dried down, it still feels like a sticky mess, and like my eyelashes have been falling apart a lot faster since I've been using it, so I don't know what's going on there, but I hate it. I don't know why I think adding more lip plumping gloss is going to fix this situation, but when I'm done recording this, I'm gonna have to play with the camera and see if I can get it not so bright, because I don't know what's going on there. Right, I am going to try to find something to wear and sort out my hair. And I'll be back in a second. I think this is all the makeup things, isn't it? It's been so long, I've forgotten. I'm back. Do you like my coat? Yes, it is genuine Grinch skin. I got this like months ago, and I don't know why, because I don't know where I'm ever gonna wear it, but I just love it so much. I also put on fake nails, and I don't know why, because I know the second I start doing anything I'm going to lose all of them, but I wanted claws for a minute, so those are some of the little new tattoo-y things I got. Little like diamond-y things. But yeah, this is my finished look. I don't really know what this is, but I know I've just got my pajama bottoms on at the bottom, so doing great. So yeah, I don't even remember what I rambled about in this video. A little bit of last year, a little bit of what's been going on, I think. Anyway, moving on. Hopefully the next time I have a chatty video with you guys, I will have better news. Hopefully there will be some progress with something. But for now, I am going to head off and record some other videos with my creepy eyes and my giant mouth. I do hope you enjoyed this. If you've missed it, life has been ridiculous lately, so if you want to support me in this channel and help me find somewhere to live that isn't like 2 degrees. I think it's 6. I think it's 6 degrees in here today. The best way to do that is to check out my Patreon. The link for that is down in the description below, along with some other things that people have asked about as alternatives. Yeah, that's all down in the description. I will say here quickly as well, a lot of people were asking last time if I had an Amazon wish list. I do. I have made like a specific things I want or need for the new house when I get one wish list. I just haven't posted it publicly yet because I don't have somewhere to live right now and have somewhere for all of the, like that stuff to go. So yeah, one exists. It's not super useful yet, but I will keep you guys updated. What is it? Just having fake nails on makes me like even like I talk with my hands a lot, but I feel like having claws makes me want to be like it's not super intentional, I'm sorry. But yeah, so that is the updates on all of that for now. In terms of like how I'm doing mentally, it's still very up and down, and I still have had a lot of lows, but I am getting better at containing it at least. Even if I'm not feeling good, there has been slightly less emotional vomit onto the internet, so progress, maybe. So yes, I'm going to go, and I will see you in the next video. I get to do more spooky boxes now. That's what I'm going to record next, is unboxing some more spooky boxes. Very excited for that. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye, lovelies.